Hey guys, Trapper John here from It's a Trap Gaming, and your new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. According to my WWE 2K17 career mode and all that stuff, I am nowhere near in enough shape or even close to touching the real thing, so I have to have my replica, but I love everything with it. And welcome to WrestleMania week, guys. Welcome. Your representing champion here to give you a prediction of things that I would like to see at WrestleMania this year. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started in this video, guys. Oh, and one more thing. Woo! Alright, so I'm going to try to go in order of I believe that this is going to appear on the show. The styles, these matches might change as we get into the actual event, and there might be matches added to the pre-show. But what we know so far is, well, first up's going to be the Andre the Giant Battle Royal for both shows, Raw and SmackDown. I expect some really cool high spots and some really cool things happening in this. Maybe a comedy spot from James Ellsworth. I don't know for sure. For all I know, my underdog pick, James Ellsworth, to win it. That would be incredible. The Chinless Wonder winning, and it being great. I can't wait. That'd be cool if it happens, but what most likely and realistically is going to happen is Braun Strowman is going to eliminate Big Show at the last moment, and that will be your winner of the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. And that won't be the only little bit. We'll see if Strowman on WrestleMania night. So, on to the next match. So next up is a match that I am kind of annoyed, but, it'll be really cool that you get to see it. It got pushed to the pre-show, but this card is stacked. Sitting here looking at the card, I didn't realize how stacked the card was this year, but it's pretty big. I mean, we're talking about a 5 to 6 hour pay-per-view this year. I'm excited. I've been excited for this for a while, but this matchup is Austin Aries versus Neville for the Cruiserweight title. This has been seeds planted for this for months, and it's been incredible. Aries going from this commentator role straight into this, and Austin Aries is an incredible talent. So is Neville. I've always had a dream to see these guys wrestle, and we're finally seeing it on the big stage at WrestleMania. It's going to be awesome, and I can't wait to tune in, watch it, and hopefully cheer Aries on to a victory, because that's who I have winning. Hope it happens. I really do. On to the next match. So next up is the SmackDown Women's Title Battle Royal Elimination Match. I think that's the official title. I don't know what they're going to call it. But there's a lot of things happening. Alexa Bliss is going to be defending her title against, I think, everyone on the SmackDown roster. And probably some people from the NXT roster. I'm hoping. I'm expecting some really cool special guests coming in. A couple of really cool. It'd be really cool to see Ember Moon in. Asuka. Jeez, man. Peyton, there'd be so cool. There's so many cool ones that you could bring in. But the big shock, I think, will be that Mickie James will finally come out, and I'm giving it to Mickie James. I have a feeling Mickie James is going to pull it off and win it at WrestleMania, have that moment she had a few years ago, and we have a new SmackDown Women's Champion. And it is Mickie James. It's going to be cool. I hope that happens. I'm actually excited for that match, and it's going to be really interesting as everything goes along. So, on to the next one. So I believe we are now on to the main card of WrestleMania. And first up is most likely going to be the Raw Tag Team title ladder match, where you have Enzo and Cass versus Sheamus and Cesaro versus the Club, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. That's it right now. There's a huge rumor going around that we're going to get some obsolete tag team members coming in. Someone that might be yelling, "Delete! Delete!" Maybe, but you never know. That might happen, hopefully. But until we know for sure, until we are watching the event and seeing it happen live, I'm giving it to the Club, and I'm giving it to Gallows and Anderson on retaining the Raw Tag Team titles. However, I do see a little bit of a crazy finish with Big Cass on the ladder with Carl Anderson. Something crazy happening in a cheat somehow, but who knows? So I'm giving it 2. And like I said, let's hope for the obsolete tag team to show up and we know a little more, and hopefully they walk out with them, but you never know. That Raw after WrestleMania is the best Raw to watch too, so we'll stay tuned to both. So, on to the next match. Next up might be Baron Corbin versus Dean Ambrose for the Intercontinental Championship on SmackDown. I'm really shocked that this match is not like no holds barred, a steel cage, a Hell in the Cell. I'm surprised this hasn't happened for their crazy feud they've had with the forklifts and throwing people into stuff, electrocutions, and, you know, pro wrestling being that. Oh, sports entertainment being sports entertainment. But, you know, interesting. I'm going to give it to Baron Corbin. I see him finally winning his first singles title. And we have that huge moment where Baron Corbin is now a huge force on the SmackDown roster. And he's finally pushing for that title match to get it. And I really think this is the road that's going to happen. This next year is going to be very interesting, especially if some of the call-ups happen. So, on to the next match. Next up on the card, I think, and most likely, like I said, I think this is how these are going to be going. The list that I got, maybe these will be out of order changing, but all these matches will be taking place. Next up is Chris Jericho versus Kevin Owens for the United States Championship. I'm expecting this to be one of the matches of the night. I can't wait for this, along with Austin Aries and Neville. I'm expecting these two matches right here to steal the show and make you really appreciate Kevin Owens for who he is and Chris Jericho for the worker he's been for all of these years. I can't wait to see this match and how cool it's going to be, the spots and the friendship and the bitterness between them. But in the end, I do feel that Kevin Owens is going to come out victorious with the United States Championship. And we have a new Raw United States Championship. So weird saying that when they're on the separate shows, but we got to differentiate and get this stuff going. So, on to the next match. Next up is the Fatal 4-Way Elimination Raw Women's Championship match between Bayley, Sasha Banks, Charlotte, and Nia Jax. The big shock of the night, I have a feeling Charlotte goes out first. Charlotte is going to go out first with a distraction from Dana Brooke. Nia Jax gets her. 1, 2, 3, onto that. I see it ending with Bayley and Sasha teaming up to get rid of Nia. Soon as they do, Sasha turns on Bayley. Quick bank statement into that. 1, 2, 3. And we have a new women's Raw champion, and it is a heel Sasha Banks. What we have been teased for a little bit, and a lot of live events have picked up on lately, is her going after the title against her best friend Bayley. And we start the feud starting Monday night with Bayley versus Sasha Banks and Charlotte versus Dana Brooke. Going to be really cool, and Nia Jax still will be pushed into the mix. And I see Nia finally capturing her title within 2 months after Mania. So it's going to be really cool. So, on to the next match, guys. So I hate to call this next match the filler match, but I have a feeling it's going to be the filler match or bathroom break for this match, and I hate to say it because of who is in it. John Cena and Nikki Bella versus The Miz and Maurice in this mixed tag team match that the Total Bellas type thing. I don't watch the show. I don't know what they're doing. But the vignettes, and Miz has had a great year of cutting these fantastic promos on Daniel Bryan, how he's underappreciated and finally getting this, and how Big Match John doesn't need to have this and that. But, you know, this next year might be Miz's year. Miz has been pushing. He's been pushed to the stars, and he's keeping it. He's understanding. He's letting people know why he's there. And I just hate that he's stuck into this match. If it was just The Miz versus John Cena, I'd be a little bit more happy. But this mixed tag match, we finally get to see Maurice back in the ring, so that's really cool to finally see her back in action after all these years. So, in the end, I'm going to give it to Cena and Nikki Bella, and I have a feeling this might be Nikki Bella's last match. Also, the latest rumor going around that Cena will propose after the match is done and all of that stuff. I could see that happening. They've been together for the longest time, and I wish nothing but the best for them if that does happen, and in their future. They're really cool together, and, you know, regardless of what you think of them inside the ring, they're people, and everyone deserves that happiness. So congratulations to them if that does happen, and congratulations to them on the victory. Also, Miz will not be forgotten and will not be buried because of this. Miz is going to come out stronger than ever. have a little bit more of a fire, and I have a feeling we might seriously get the Miz versus Daniel Bryan match that's been hinted for all these years. So, on to the next one, guys. So this next match, if you would have told me this when AJ was in the heart of his run with the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, I would have told you you're crazy. Because it doesn't make sense just out of the blue when you read it, like, excuse me, of Shane McMahon versus AJ Styles, but in the context and how the story has been written and told, it is incredible. They have turned what was probably going to be a match into something that I'm really looking forward to and a lot of people are looking forward to. We're huge AJ Styles fans. You guys know this from the previous videos and all of the really cool things that have happened. But I have a feeling Shane might pull this out, and one of the stipulations is that AJ is officially fired from SmackDown and he's picked up on Raw. And we finally get the Triple H stable or the new evolution, whatever they're going to be calling themselves. And we might get the Bullet Club with Finn, Carl Anderson, and Luke Gallows, and AJ. Might seriously have that, and that's going to be a cool thing if they can do it through this year with great storytelling. I'm looking forward to it, but really cool things happening. And also, this is not a dig at AJ Styles to be going against Shane McMahon. My God, he's the owner's son. He's going to be fine. If he's being trusted to take him into a match and doing this stuff, Vince loves him. And I agree with this booking completely. And it's going to be really cool. Shane's going to do some pretty cool things. We might get a coast to coast. We might seriously get the elbow through the table. And all the really cool things. And it's going to be cool. But AJ's maybe going to pull it out. If he does, that's cool. If not, Shane wins and AJ goes to Raw. Might be one of the things that happens. But overall, going to be cool and interesting. The card is getting better and better. So on to the next one, guys. So if you've stuck with me through the video so far, thank you guys so much. If I've missed any of the matches that have been added, just this filler matches, because I think there might be a Sami Zayn versus Samoa Joe match happening. Possibly, I don't know. I apologize, I'm doing this early to get it out to you guys before anything is spoiled or nothing of that sort, because I want to enjoy the show just like you guys do. Just giving my prediction is very humble. But just letting you know with this little disclaimer that is where we're at, and if I miss any of the matches, I apologize. I have meant nothing by it. I am not biased towards any superstars or anything. I just am trying to get this out to give you guys something to enjoy and comment and agree or disagree with. So, thanks. So next up is the match for the shirt that I'm wearing that I got for my WWE Slam Crate. The Architect, Seth freaking Rollins, versus Triple H in a non-sanctioned match where no doctor's orders needed to be signed for you to be cleared if you have a bad knee injury, and if it's injured, there's nothing that can happen. If your knee's destroyed, the company won't pay for it, and all this great heightened drama and crazy things that have happened. But looking forward to this, because Triple H has always shown that he can put on some decent matches, even, now where he's not that prevalent in stories, except for this one, where he turned on Rollins to give Owens that Universal title 8-10 months ago. It's been a long time, and Owens has been a great Universal Champion. I mean, he dropped it to Goldberg, but looks like we're going to have some decent storyline stuff happening with that down the line. But back to the match at hand. It's going to be crazy. Finally going to get that angst that they've been giving, and I expect Samoa Joe to come out and attack, and the heel formation of this evolution type deal happening, and then finally we have, Finn show back up and take him out with possibly Shinsuke. He's rumored to be there that night. No one knows, but it'll be interesting. I'm giving the win to Rollins on this because he deserves it. He's been out for so long, and it would be really cool to see him come back with a big W to get started with the brand new year. So, on to the next match that I know you guys are really wanting to see my opinion on is The Undertaker versus Roman Reigns. So I am torn on this match, and I will tell you why. I love The Undertaker. The Undertaker was my childhood, seeing the streak. When the streak was broke with Rollins, it was the purest shock I've ever had. One of those, every year you would go and watch, I remember when CM Punk almost broke the streak. When Shawn Michaels and Triple H tried, and Michaels got really close, but Punk got the closest, and then it happened. And the shock was, it happened. And he he still has been around, and it's crazy, but he's up in years. And, you know, everyone wants the Sting versus Undertaker match, but I don't know if we're ever going to get it. And that's okay. Because sadly, one person has to win and one person has to lose. And you don't want to see your favorite lose. But on this one, I have a feeling Taker will fall to Roman Reigns. And we have... I don't want a babyface Roman Reigns to come out of this. I want this to be the turn that he needs to become a heel. He's become very stagnant with this Roman Empire type deal. But if he turns heel and embraces the hate and all this stuff, it'll be cool. It would be something that would make me tune in and really be interested in Roman Reigns again. If he could beat the Taker in a really... cheaty fashion, yeah, I said cheaty, or just something where it's, you shouldn't have, you suck, and like that. But I don't know if this will be Taker's last WrestleMania. It's rumored to be. If it is, I hope it's a great match and he can put it on. But also, I would love to see that Sting versus Undertaker match, and that'll be a dream booking video I'll do down the line of how I expect that match to go and how it should end. But another video for another time. I sadly think Roman Reigns will pull the win over The Undertaker and probably officially retire The Undertaker. You can hear the sadness in my voice when saying that, but I think it's going to happen. So, on to the next match. There was only 2 left, and these are the title matches that everyone's been looking forward to, especially this next one. So the next match is Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton, and I thought this was the main event because Orton won the Royal Rumble, and the stipulation was always that you're in the main event of WrestleMania to get the title. But with the year that we've had and the stipulations, it's understandable for why it's not, because the main event is a huge draw for a lot of outside fans. And it's understandable. It really is. I mean, but back to this one at hand. The story they've told where Orton has committed arson and probably killed a few people at this farm that he's burned down, and no one's worrying about that. But beside the point, where Bray Wyatt's finally getting stronger with bathing in the ashes of Abigail and Sister Abigail and all this crazy stuff happening. But I think Wyatt's going to pull it out. I think Wyatt will win because he's going to play off this Phenom type deal. Phenom, you see the replacement of The Undertaker possibly happening, maybe. Don't quote me on it. Very small possibility of this happening, but something big. I love that has this opportunity against Orton, showing that he can carry himself with a great match, and he's holding the title right now. And, you know, it's cool. It's really impressive. I also think we're seriously going to get a physical Abigail that shows up. I don't know if it'll be someone from NXT, someone brand new, but I think we will get a Sister Abigail who shows up and will be a part of this updated and stronger Wyatt family that will brace probably across both shows, and just the immense power that Bray Wyatt can have as this cult leader who goes into this huge storyline, and a lot of really cool things happening. I see these factions forming throughout this next year. You can see the seeds being planted for it with the New Evolution, the Bullet Club, the Wyatt family getting bigger. You know, there might even be a new Job Squad for all we know. But anyway, on to the main event for Lesnar versus Goldberg for the Universal Championship. So this match, Goldberg versus Lesnar, this is the third one-on-one we will see if you count. This is 4 if you count the Royal Rumble, and we get that. I think we are going to officially see Lesnar getting his revenge. And I don't want this match to be over in 2 minutes, but I have a feeling it'll just turn into a complete and utter beatdown of Goldberg for 2 solid minutes or whatever. But I see the elbows that destroyed Randy Orton coming back and busting Goldberg up. And we have that shock factor of Goldberg bleeding in the ring and Lesnar walking out as the conqueror and the new Universal Champion. And I'm looking forward to Paul Heyman announcing that. It's one of the main reasons I'm looking forward to this match. Paul Heyman has sold me on this 6 months ago. You know, Lesnar is an attraction you want to see. You know, the beast incarnate, destroying people. But the shock factor of Goldberg coming in and getting the 1 over on him and then getting 2 over on him, you know, it's really cool. But I have a feeling that's going to happen. And it's going to lead into the Raw, where we are going to have a Lesnar champion. That who knows, it might last all year, and we have that match that people are rumoring of Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. Who knows? It might happen. But that's a whole year from now. But we are focusing on what's at hand, and Lesnar, I have a feeling, will pull the win out with a shock fashion of busting Goldberg up. And he's leaving him decimated, and we go from there. So, you never know. So, thank you guys for watching this video. Comment any of the things that you would like to happen. Like if you've liked the video. And don't forget to subscribe for brand new content coming every couple of days. I try to get all these things up. Always remember I'm live streaming on Twitch. Always having conversations over there. Playing some great games and just getting feedback from you guys. It's great. So, as your reigning, defending WWE It's a Trapp champion. That's what we're calling it. It's a Trapp gaming champion right here for you. Here. I hope everyone has had a great time. Enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on the video for all new content and everything else. It's been a pleasure to talk to you guys this evening. Enjoy the rest of WrestleMania week. Can't wait for the Hall of Fame induction Friday and all the really cool things. So on that note, it's been a pleasure. I will catch everyone in the next one. By the way, before we go, can we get a woo?